you want to know God, don't know him scientifically alone. Don't know him by 1 or 2 momentary encounters. Seek until you have regular patterns, so that when you see anything, you can explain what it means, and you know it is so, and many times it is so. Then you know that you are growing with God. Now, when you are growing into these different levels, they also mean the energy level where you are in God. It means your growth and your intimacy with God is increasing. But that's not all. There's another level of intimacy in knowledge called ginosko. You have not reached a level where you pick a sign and you apply it. You are still at the scientific level, because you heard somebody say something and it happened, you too came, and meanwhile it's your pride that is pushing you. Epignosis is to experience God, but ginosko is an experience of God that you can now apply. So you don't just experience it, you can now what? Apply it. You can be praying, and every time you pray and you see fire, God releases judgment on an evil person. You saw it once, you saw it thrice, you saw it 4 times. The next time, if there is evil, you will go and pray and look for that fire, because you know that if you can find that fire, there will be judgment. So your ability now to apply that knowledge to produce result is what we call ginosko. Now, this is how men grow in their walk with God. Sometimes you go for a meeting, you sense that as you were going for that meeting, your heart there was a movement in your heart, and when you went to preach, you preached with fire. You went for the next meeting, you didn't sense it, and even though you were shouting, there was no fire. You were going again, you sense that fire. It happens once, it happens twice, it happens thrice. You now know that when God is moving on your chest, there's fire. So if you are looking for a revival meeting, you can now announce and say, tomorrow is revival service. You know why? Because you must pray until that fire comes. Because now you have the ginosko, but you can now apply it. You have the epignosis, you can apply it. So if you say tomorrow is revival, you will pray until you sense the fire. You can still be praying till 5. The meeting, they have already taken offering, but you are not out yet because you have not sensed the fire. The moment you sense the fire, you can carry your Bible and start running. If you read the altar, fire must come. Now you know God to a level where you can apply the things of God consciously. You are a prophet. You know that when you are praying and something start moving on your head, you can see with your eyes open. It happened once, it happened twice, it happened thrice. You know what you do? You will first of all sit down and find out, what was I doing before that thing started moving on my head? You will now learn it. When you learn it, you will go and write it down and keep it. Any day you want to prophesy, you will go and lock your door and do that thing until the thing begins to move on your head, because you know that's the hand of God. If it starts moving, you can say, tell the president to wait for me. You will come as a big man, because if you come, you must prove God. Now you can put to work. This is how people grow in God. Many people are too careless to study the patterns of the Spirit in their lives, and that's why they are in church for 20 years. They are looking for impartation. They are looking, because they are not growing in intimacy. They don't know these things. You are a businessman. Every time your hand is on fire, you suddenly have contracts. You are going for a meeting, your hand is burning. You say, what's wrong with you? You wash it, it's still burning, and suddenly you go, everybody favored you. You don't know why. You say, Kai, this suit I wore today, there's a way I appeared, even the people know. You go to another meeting with the suit, nothing will now happen. Another time you are going for a meeting, your hand is boiling, and you have favor. What is it with this hand? You now enter practicals. The next time you have a major meeting, you prepare for the meeting 2 days before. You start praying, or you start worshiping. Whatever it is you were doing that your hand was burning, you will do it for a long time. When the hand starts burning, you have gotten your answer. You will now go to the meeting now with expectation. And if what you are looking for is not happening, you can now demand it. Because every time your hand was burning, you had favor. You now come, they want to behave anyhow with you. You now start making demand, because now you can apply the knowledge, because you have put it to work severally. It is called ginosko. The ability to put to work the things of God. But this is not the highest level. There's a level where you can now begin to be inventive and creative about it. So ginosko is ability to practice, produce result, or bear offspring from your interaction with God. Now, why am I saying this? This is revelation-based knowledge. You know why? Because these things, if they are happening in your life, it means you are still at that energy level. Because these things happen at different energy levels. Now, let me explain something to you. And I need you to understand this thing in context. Because I'm not saying go and stop whatever it is God was doing with you. See the way I am now. Where is my friend? Where's my coach? Come. This is my coach. He's the one that mentors me in gymming. Although I go once in 3 weeks. Come on. This is my coach. Celebrating. Let me walk with my coach. Now, he's coming up too. Now, when we went to do deadlift, what was the weight I carried? I carried 60 kg. How many did you carry?
120.
You know what is deadlift? They do it to help your back. So they will put the weight, you will stand like this. You will carry it and drop it. Carry it and drop it. So it affects your back. They call it deadlift. Now, if I start training every day for 3 weeks, maybe I will shift from 60 to 80 or 90. If he doesn't train for 3 weeks, if he comes back, he will still carry more. You know why? Because he is already at a muscular energy level. So my practice may keep me fresh, but I've not reached here. Are you seeing that? Now there's somebody else who is bigger than him, who may be carrying 400. Even if I train for 1 year, I won't meet the person. do you understand? Now why am I saying this? If this man does not train for 2 weeks, he will not necessarily feel guilty that he didn't train. You know why? Because he has reached a guaranteed level of 120. If he wants to go to training, he will go to training because he loves gymming and because it's beneficial to him, not because he's feeling guilty. That's how it works with intimacy. If you have reached the level of ginosko and you are seeing those signs, you may be busy, you didn't pray for 4 days, you didn't pray for 5 days. You will not allow guilt to overtake you, because you know that you are in a relationship level with Jesus. Are you seeing that? Now, if you are going back to prayer, you are not going back to prayer because you are feeling guilty. You are going back to prayer because you miss the presence, because you want to love God, because you want to grow in God. It's not guilt that is taking you back to prayer. Are you seeing that? Now, there was a time, thank you, there was a time when I was wooing my wife. Those were days. I will call and talk, and when I check later, it's 3 hours. How did the apostle talk on phone for 3 hours? I had to start checking myself. I say, Kai, you have become Kana. And I won't even know it's 3 hours. Now we are married. We are at a guaranteed level now. Now, communication is still important, but when I was in Cameroon, sometimes I talk for 20 minutes in a whole day. I can't talk for 3 hours because we are doing kingdom and we understand. Now, am I supposed to collapse my communication with her? No. But if I communicate with her, I'm no longer communicating to woo her. I have wooed her already. She's now my wife. If I'm communicating with her now, it's because I love her and I'm also taking responsibility as husband. See the problem with many Christians? They don't monitor the level they have grown to in intimacy. And because they don't monitor these things, they are using rituals, activities, and laws to punish themselves. So somebody didn't pray for 1 day. It's not because he misses God. It's not because something he has caught in God, he didn't sense it. No. He is paining him because he has not marked record. And so long as he goes to pray, whether he touches God or not is not a factor. As far as he has prayed, that day has been ticked. Now, if you have not journeyed in intimacy, you didn't even reach Ginosko where you sense something like, okay, there's a dear husband who, if he's preaching, he's waiting. When the fire hit his hand, he will stop preaching. He will carry a chair and sit down. He doesn't need atmosphere. He said, the power of God is in my hand. Hold me. Cancer will die. Blindness open. So long as he's there, that's Ginosko. You have not reached a level where you pick a sign and you apply it. You are still at the scientific level because you heard somebody say something and it happened. You too came. And meanwhile, it's your pride that is pushing you.